The endangered green sea turtle's life begins when they hatch from their eggs on shore, and then they begin their journey to the subtropical oceans, where the water temperatures remain above 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Before the baby sea turtle reaches the ocean, they must dig their way out of their nest and begin the daunting trek across the beaches, where predators such as snakes, birds, and raccoons are hungrily awaiting. One in every 1,000 juvenile green sea turtles will survive this trek, and one in every 10,000 sea turtles will survive to adulthood. The juvenile sea turtle diet will mainly consist of crabs, jellyfish, and sponges. Once the green sea turtle makes it to the ocean, they will spend the next few years of their lives in pelagic habitats, which are parts of the ocean further from land where they can mature into early adulthood. The diet of the maturing green sea turtle shifts from invertebrates to herbivores. They are the only species of sea turtles with a strictly herbivore diet, and due to that more limited diet, the olive ridley and flatback sea turtles do compete with the green sea turtles for food because they also eat seagrasses and algae. The sea turtles' predators, now that they are in the ocean, are almost every animal bigger than them, including fish and birds. This food web shows that sea turtles eat jellyfish, sea cucumbers, and corals. It also shows that their top predators include killer whales and great white sharks. After a few years of living in these pelagic habitats far away from the coasts, they will return to the more shallow coastal habitats, where they will spend a large portion of the remainder of their lives, with the exception of when it is time for them to breed. Once the green sea turtle has reached maturity, their competition narrows to the manatee, and very occasionally other sea turtle species, including the olive ridley and the flatbacks. However, due to the green sea turtle's smaller size than the manatee, they do have an advantage to food and shelter because they're able to access the shallower coastal habitats. Due to the sea turtle's antisocial behaviors, a majority of their lives is spent in solitude, but when they are ready to breed every 2 to 5 years after reaching full maturity, which may take 10 to 50 years, they do return back to the pelagic habitats offshore of their nesting sites, which are the beaches that they hatched from. The green sea turtle has been an endangered species since 1978. Two main reasons for this is due to pollution and commercial fishing. Many efforts are being made to help reduce the negative impacts that pollution and commercial fishing has on the green sea turtle population. This graph shows the number of green sea turtle nests from 1982 to 2019. We can see the number of nests was incredibly low directly after the species became endangered in 1978. But over the past few decades, the population numbers have steadily inclined and even drastically jumped up recently.
Already endangered green sea turtle faces a major new challenge. They nearly vanished 40 years ago in Florida, but a coordinated effort by conservationists, government agencies, and volunteers brought the animals back from the brink. Now the males of the species appear to be fewer in number. Mark Strassman is on the beach in Boca Raton, Florida, with the newest threat to sea life. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Both of these are sea turtle nests at the height of hatching season. Under the sand of each nest like this, you might find 100 eggs or more. And for 5 miles up and down this beach, there are more than 650 sea turtle nests, greens, leatherbacks, and loggerheads. Sea turtles are an endangered species, and the males in particular seem to be disappearing. In a beachfront ritual that dates back more than 100 million years, we came upon this 300-pound green sea turtle covering her beach nest, burying maybe 100 eggs or more.
This is what that turtle's babies will look like.
Biologist Jeanette Weineken directs Florida Atlantic University's Marine Lab and has studied Florida's sea turtle population since 2002. She's alarmed by what she doesn't see in her tanks of hatchlings.
We're seeing fewer and fewer and fewer years where we find males. So 7 out of the last 10 years, we have not found any males in
Not a single one?
Not a single one. Not a single one.
They'll get up to 300 pounds, at least the species that we're excavating today.
Taylor Rowe helps collect hatchlings for Weineken's research on why male sea turtles seem to be disappearing.
Looks like we might have close to over 100 empty shells, which means those hatchlings made it out and went to the water.
It's not genetics that determine a sea turtle's sex. It's the sand's temperature. The tipping point is roughly 85 degrees for a species that is predominantly female.
If it's too warm, you don't get boys. If it's too cool, you don't get girls. So it's the hot chicks and cool dudes.
What explains why these nests keep getting warmer?
Certainly weather and
Climate change?
climate change.
Now that the population numbers are increasing, let's take a look into the factors impacting the population dynamic. A few independent factors that have resulted in a more unfit environment for sea turtles includes beach erosion near nesting sites, flooding of nests, and increased temperatures of sand. Recent studies across the globe have shown that nearly all female populations are possible due to the warming of the environment and the temperature-sensitive offspring demographic seen in sea turtles. Due to the small population size that has been seen over the past half-century, the dependent factors such as competition, predation, and disease have not been studied as thoroughly as the independent factors. The sea turtles that survive till adulthood will take on their role within the ecosystem of maintaining the seagrass covers and coral reefs, which directly provide essential habitats for many different species of sea life. Without sea turtles, the marine and beach ecosystem wouldn't be what we know it as today.